baby.
Here it comes. Welcome to the LeafCast, a first-time reader show based on the epic fantasy series The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan, and I am currently counting my queen's blessings.
And I am Ryan's brother Dan, and my mother was an Outlander. That's where these eyebrows came from. And we are the Way of the Leaf, and this is the LeafCast.
Yes, the LeafCast, and this is episode 18.
Woo! Wow, our podcast or our show now can vote, can join the military, can drink in certain countries. Our show's getting to be big guys.
Getting to be big guys, legally liable, way more liable than we were before. We have to.
Hey guys, our show is barely legal.
Ouch, you went there. Okay, so we have a great, amazing show for you. We are covering chapters 40 and 41 of The Eye of the World, but we have a special guest. Dan, you want to introduce our first special guest, please?
Yes, indeed. So are we doing our reader? I'm sorry, or our guest?
Our guest.
Okay, guys, we are very, very excited to have her. Let's just bring her in. We have Tree Hugger with us.
And there she is.
Hey.
How are you? Thank you for joining us.
I'm good. How are you? Awesome. Thanks for inviting me. I'm really excited.
We are excited to have you.
How often are we hugging trees for us to warrant the name?
At least 2 trees a day.
Yeah, good.
Minimum.
Awesome. Have you ever been approached by police while you're doing this?
Not that I can recall.
Yeah, beautiful.
Do the trees hug back?
What? I don't understand that
They
question.
hug back. Of course they hug back.
Oh, do they hug back? So I thought you said, do they look back? It's like,
Oh, no. Do they hug back?
All right, Dan, let's bring in a special guest before we serenade.
Yes, good.
Bring in
Guys,
Todd.
yes. So let's bring him in. He's a drummer in a band called It Looks Like a Black Hole. That's all one word, all lowercase letters. The band's awesome. He's awesome. You all know him. So, ladies and gentlemen, at home, quietly applaud for our first-time reader named Todd. Oh, you reading dog, you.
Hello, good people.
Hi, Todd.
I just crammed chapter 41. Just finished it right now.
Wow.
In the nick of time.
Wow, the
Perfect
timing is
timing.
impeccable. Todd, tree hugger, Todd.
Tree,
nice
awesome to
finally
meet you. Yes, awesome to meet you.
Jake D in the comments is accurate. The Way of the Leaf and Tree Hugger. Why is this not happening sooner?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Good call.
Marriage.
Jake. Exactly.
So perfect.
Well, better late than never. We cannot regret the past. We can always look forward to the future. So, ha. But your point is very valid, Jake. We do what we can.
It's happening now, and that's all that matters.
It's happening now, guys. And I couldn't be happier. So we do have, All right, we do have a little tradition with any special guests that we have. They become our new best friend, and I write them a song. And I wrote you a song, my friend Tree. Would you like?
Can't wait.
All right, I do need to lay down and play because I can't.
Yeah, it's an infamous hiccup.
All
He
right.
thinks he's Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, it's weird. All right. So I'm challenging myself here, Tree. All right, Ray?
All right, here we go.
Right? We wanted her on for a while, but didn't want to bug her. Didn't want to come off like a creep or a thug or a mugger. She's a great artist and designer. We really wanted a chance to plug her. So welcome our new best friend. It's Tree Hugger.
Awesome. Like that was your best one yet. I'm not biased at all. That was your best one.
Oh, wow.
Totally.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
You were pushing your vocal range and
Yep.
your guitar range. So many.
And then thank you. I won't even critique. Thank you. And I apologize. I thank and I apologize for everyone. All right, we do have one more thing though. I brought back our quick fire rapid questions. We're going to ask you a few rapid fire, personal, not very personal, but personal based on some of these Wheel of Time things, and just answer. Mostly, it's yes or no, and then we can revisit after. All right, are you ready?
No. Okay. Yes.
Okay, that's all right.
Very.
First question. Tree Hugger, have you ever visited another country?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever seen a proper palace?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'll say no because it's a castle. Is a castle a palace?
We'll get it. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Probably. It's. I don't know. Have you ever eaten anything you would call a honey cake?
Ooh.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Have you ever seen a thatched roof in real life?
Yes, I think so.
Yay.
Yeah.
And finally, do you have any circus skills like juggling or unicycle, or you can do a Rubik's Cube real fast or something?
Circus skills. Not that I'm aware of, unfortunately.
No, that's fine. Okay. Well done. Yay. We got to know Tree a little bit better. All right. So describe this castle that you went to. Where was this at?
It's it was called Craig Derrick Castle, and it was in Victoria, BC. And then I also went to, in Toronto, we have one called Casa Loma.
Hold on. There's castles in Canada?
Yeah, and we did an escape room in it, which was really cool.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It-
Super cool.
And there's like a moat and stuff and crocodiles. And,
Not a moat. What happened was we started the search in the main part of the castle, and then by the end of it, we ended up across the street somehow in another whole entire building. And then they were
that sounds
out the window, and then we saw the castle we started in, and it was really cool.
Wow.
Wow.
All right,
Cool.
we're going to keep the spotlight on you just for one more second. And I want to highlight this is how you can get a hold of our best friend, Tree Hugger, here. And let me introduce you to some of her pieces of art. This background image is a painting of hers. And we're going to go through a little bit of a tree memorial.
Ooh,
Here we
very
have a
cool.
beautiful Maureen I used to have broadcasted behind me in the earlier.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here we have. What?
You really dug.
Are those Gerber daisies? I love Gerber daisies. Are those Gerber daisies?
Okay. And then
I do. Come on. Ooh.
this is so incredible.
That's amazing.
So incredible. And then we have this cute little guy.
So great.
And I literally
Wow.
have this succulent out front. It's great. It's great. Amazing.
Wow.
Again,
Very
right
cool.
here, everybody, take a screenshot. She is on Twitter at Treehouse Art, and she has a Discord page. And it is, how would you say it? Are you active in it?
Yeah, we're pretty active. It's mostly just for like, we hang out and we listen to music and we draw together, and we have a whole bunch of artists in there of all different skill levels, and we're just really supportive, and we just have I think it's really fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That sounds very cool.
Cool.
I got to say, you made Vermin look almost cute.
Almost.
Well, they're carrion eaters in the eyes of the dark
know.
one, but
You make them look.
But you made it almost look adorable.
Adorable.
All right. Again, thank you, Chastity. Yes, I did not mean memorial. I don't know where that word came from. We are not in memoriam with your art. We are having a retrospective. We are celebrating it.
Yay.
I wanted to say montage, I think, but memorial came out.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens, Ryan.
It happens on the LeafCast. No.
Words are hard. You guys want to get into the chapter? You ready, Todd? You ready, Tree? You ready, Ryan?
Let's do this.
Let's do this. All right, so we are in chapter 40. It is called the Web Titans. It has that big droopy whale teardrop as the icon. And this is a direct continuation from the chapter we left off on, where Ran was tumbling off a wall, and like Humpty Dumpty. So he wakes up, or he thinks that he's sitting at a table with Logain and Moraine. And then suddenly they kind of go away, and then there's Balsamon kind of just sitting there. And this was all like, as he fell, he bonked his head, it seems, and is like, he's in concussion protocol right now.
All right. Pause. Todd.
Yes.
First thing, Logain and Moraine are sitting at a table. What the F? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's Rand. I think this is Rand. He's in control of this dream, I think. I think he's really kind of threatened by all three of them. By Moraine, Logain, and Balsamon. I think they're all one threat to him. So that's how I took it. I didn't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go deeper. Why would Logain be a threat? Because he had just seen him?
Yeah, he's been hearing about him on his travels.
Okay.
False dragon, and then he sees him and he's kind of freaked out by him, I think. Of how he's caged, but he looks kind of triumphant and not fazed by it. I think he's really kind of he's freaked out by that. Yeah. Rightfully so. Yeah.
So and then Balsamon is just they were replaced by him, and he's just another threat in his head.
Yeah, that's the way I take it.
Okay.
Or he looks, they're kind of the same to Rand. One and the same.
Okay. I like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's a very interesting moment.
It's a weird way to kind of gather your bearings to see like all your enemies sitting at a table, I guess. But he kind of gathers himself a little bit, and he's like, there was a tree, and it's right behind him. He's like, there was a girl's voice. He looked up, what? And this beautiful young girl dressed like super, super nice comes kind of scurrying down the tree. Talk to me, boy. What do you? All right. So she's wearing like super nice, like stuff that Rand hasn't even seen. He's like only seen two women ever wear something this nice, and she's up climbing a tree and this stuff. She's got bells jingling from her cape and stuff. She looks awesome.
And he also says she kind of looks like either an Aes Sedai or a dark friend, right?
Right.
He's
right.
Like, he's like, wait a minute. That's pretty interesting.
Okay, so what? Build on that. So, what do you mean by interesting?
He's just he's in Rand mode. He's He sees everything at once, just totally observant. And, he's from Edmondsfield. He's still a bumpkin. And he hasn't seen many of these nice, fancy dressed people. And so he's like, okay, I've seen this fancy dressed person and this fancy dressed person. One was a dark friend, one was Aes Sedai. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting in that sense.
Right, and she doesn't seem troubled at all that this dude fell into her garden. She does have that self-possessed nature that we've heard Aes Sedai try to have.
Totally.
Tree.
Mhm.
So Elaine climbed a tree.
Are you insulted by that?
I'm okay with it.
So
Yeah,
this
she
whole
wasn't
thing,
cutting it down or anything.
yeah, nah. This whole thing is a little weird. To have, so it seemed like she was higher than he was. So she's a pretty bitchin' climber. She didn't just like do a little climb. That wall was like 13 feet high, and she was above him. She's like,
Really?
let's say she's like 20 feet up there in a dress and like a cape with bells and stuff.
Yeah,
Weird.
that's impressive.
Yeah.
Super.
And it turns out that she wasn't alone up there. There was her brother hopped down shortly after. Rand is still dazed. Rand is just like, his bell was rung. He tries to stand up and he can't. He has to take a knee. I think all the players start. Huh?
He Kaepernicked.
I was gonna say a lot of the players started praying. Like they were, they came by and tapped him on the helmet and stuff and said, "Hey, man, pull out."
Totally.
And we meet what turns out to be the daughter heir and her brother, the first prince of Andor.
Huge.
Right.
Totally huge. Wow. Rand was pretty startled. I think
Yes.
with that. And he's like, I want to go. I'm out of here. Bye. Like,
Well, Rand. So we meet. Her name is Elaine. His name is Gawain. Rand's like, no, I'm fine. I'll just go up this wall. And she's like, sit down. Boom.
And like use like a one finger technique, just like soup, and like it was.
So he says that he had felt his head. He felt that it was wet. He's like, you're going to get blood on your hands. And she does actually get blood on her hands. So he has a decent enough head wound. It's not a superficial scratch. He's bleeding. But we meet. So tell me about these two people that we meet, guys.
it's interesting. So I pronounced the brother's name as Gwen.
Okay.
But is it Gwen? Or wait, how'd you say it?
Gowan?
No,
Gawain. So
Gowan.
Win.
I like
I go in for the win, baby.
Gwen
yeah,
for the win.
Gawain Stefani.
Go in. Oh yeah.
I'm walking down spider webs, leave a message and a call.
Yeah, this is huge. It's amazing. He just falls into the inner yard of the daughter heir and Gwen.
Right. Okay, so go on.
Let's see what else. Oh yeah, she's really tending to his wounds also.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother's like, well, she's trained by the best. So she's got like some Aes Sedai training. That's what I took from it. I was like, oh wow, she's like, she's in training. And yeah, there was something I was kind of like confused about though. Something about like being switched for stealing figs when you were too young or something like that. What the heck was that all about?
Well, back in the day, a switch was like a thin piece of wood that, like a stick that you would hit a kid with
Oh.
or something.
So you were like,
Just
oh, I was
switched,
like,
yeah, like caned or yeah.
I thought they were
But
like,
no,
saying
talk to
she
me.
was,
What
like,
do you think?
I thought she was like switched like as at birth or something.
You steal figs, you get a new mom.
I was like, wait, I
Got
didn't know how to like take. I was like, wait, what's happening? Like, okay,
That's
thank
so
you for
beautiful.
clarifying that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, this would not make sense. If you're
Yeah,
like,
I was
okay,
like-
so she was switched at 2, and that's like a threat. Hey, she'll switch you again.
Yeah, I was like, what kind of kingdom is this? Like,
Hey Todd, our new friend Fier Imsaho says Gawain until he heard the audiobook. So he used to say Gawain also.
okay,
Just a little community love right there. Saying, I feel you, buddy.
so it is
Background
which
art
is
right
it?
now, just real quick, the background behind us is a painting by Tree. So
In
Oh, this is very
progress.
cool.
it
Hopefully,
is
I get to work on it soon.
yes, it's worth it. It is a Tinker little
Tinker.
area camp. Yes, Mon.
Oh yeah.
Memoriam.
Memorial.
Oh. Yeah. All right. So we learned that Elaine, you're right. She does do this a bit. Gwen. He says she's always finding stray cats and birds with broken wings. You're the first human being she's had to work on. He's like, do not be offended. I'm not calling you a stray. So she does have she fixes birds and cats.
Like
That's
she
hard to
fixes
do.
it- Wait, she fixes them like so they can't have babies.
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
got skills.
Birds.
She's got skills, yo.
Make sure you spay and neuter your birds.
It's
It's
important.
very important. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in
And she
Kingwood.
uses a super sweet like silk cloth like scarf to stop his bleeding. And Rand's pretty self-conscious about all this. He's like, don't, you're gonna get blood on your hands. You can't use that. Your mom's gonna get mad. My mom would get mad. Like all this stuff. He's like, yeah, no, don't. You're gonna ruin it. Don't. No, I'm fine. Switch.
Hashtag switched at birth.
Not even at birth. Like when you're 2.
yeah. You've already made that connection.
Yeah. You got to like the kid, and then you switch.
Word.
Yeah, just switch them. Yeah. Man, I really ran with that one. Yep.
So she reminds him of Nynaeve a little bit. He describes, quote, a coolness spread through his hands as if she were rubbing torn places away as she's dealing with his hands. I guess climbing the wall, although he did it super deftly. And in fact, Elaine says, I've not seen anyone climb a wall like you, big boy.
I was impressed. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess he did scuff up his hands a little bit. But like you said, there was a coolness spread through his hands as if she was rubbing the torn places away. So she's a pretty good healer, it seems. Or has like, and let's talk about so she whips out like a whole apothecary. So she climbed a freaking tree, like 20 feet high, scrambles down, is like, oh, I'll fix it, and whips out like all these ointments and stuff, like right in her cloak.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
She's like ready. Yeah.
She's like a Girl Scout leader or something. She's like, oh, I can fix that. So they do mention Gawain mentions a couple people. He mentions people who. So Rand says, is she always like this? And he's like, yeah, most of the time people just do exactly what she says. But he goes off a couple lists. He mentions the mother, of course, Elida, not Lenny. Lenny was the nurse, and then switch for stealing. So here's the line, actually. You can't give orders to someone who switched you for stealing figs when you were little.
Oh, I was so lost.
Oh,
Thank you for finding me.
That's good. Okay. And even not so little. He went on. He mentions Gareth. He mentions all this stuff, like these names. They said that Gareth is like, oh, he should just marry mom and get it over with. And he's like, well, what if he commanded her, if she commanded him to? I mean, he always listens to her. And Rand's like, wait, who is your mom? This is weird.
Which really, that's you meet a girl, you like her. How soon are you asking who their mom is? That's a little forward.
Rand, jeez.
I just if he's got game, I'll attribute to the head wound, but that's really not. He's not spitting game with that move. Who's your mom?
Really? Your mom? Hey, can I meet your mom? Mm-hmm. Yeah. She sounds cute. Anyway.
It's a country bumpkin move.
Welcome to the show, Tree.
Yeah. It's good.
It's good.
So what? Yeah. So we made. So what were your thoughts going on during this? All this. He falls into the garden. This is like a 5-minute thing that these people come down and just start treating him right away. What are your initial thoughts as far as like these two folk right now, Tree?
Oh, my thoughts? Oh,
yeah,
boy.
yeah. On Reread, how did you feel about them right now?
Elaine and Gawain. Well, I was surprised that Elaine was going out of her way to help Rand. Like, just this random person climbed up their wall and fell over, and then she went out of her way to help him and claimed him as guest. Right? We haven't got there yet.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah. But so she does have this reaction of really protecting him and suddenly sheltering him.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Do you think she would have done it if she hadn't been the one to say, hey, you idiot, they do it because of this, and then made him fall? I mean, basically she distracted him and made him fall. So do you think she would have, is she compelled because she feels responsible?
Oh, I didn't think
Maybe.
about that. Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I just thought the whole thing was weird how she just, just trusted him so much right away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she does think he's, pretty sexy. We get that, but we'll get there.
Totally.
Is it all that?
There, baby.
But, like somebody who is the daughter heir shouldn't judge people based on that,
But he climbs so well.
I know, but if Todd was climbing the tree and he fell, all three of us would completely break rank and heal him and love him.
That's true.
Like a bird with a broken wing.
Yeah.
Or a rat smelling a
fixed bird, you fix their wing later.
So we hear who the mother is. The mother is she has a title. It is Morgase by the grace of the light, Queen of Andor, Defender of the Realm, Protector of the People, High Seat of the House Trakan. Or Trakan. Pretty badass title. Very. Defender of the Realm, Protector of the People. Yeah, I like that. I like ceremonial shit like that.
So I am Ryan of the Silicon Valley, feeder of dogs, boiler of chicken I will not eat because I'm a vegetarian, to be fed to said dogs, walker of dogs, folder of clothes.
Yes.
Done.
Washer of dishes.
Feel free, anyone. Good, your turn. Go.
I'd be Todd, washer of dishes.
Wearer of sweaters.
You do. You do wear sweaters.
I do.
Brother Dan.
Writer of bad songs to friends. Me.
They're awesome. Come on.
Oh gosh, thank you.
Yeah. Adjuster of hat.
Yeah.
All right, feel free.
Well, you know what? I think
wanna
I've
hear
been
what
self-conscious
chat
about
is.
all the eyebrow comments. I think I've been a little self-conscious. I'm
Yeah, I've
just,
been
you know,
noticing you've been hiding those eyebrows.
I mean,
We got a timely question. I'm going to distract from your self-pitying, attention-seeking behavior and go to the chat. Marty Beck says, what are Todd's first impressions of Elaine, Gawain, and Galad?
First impressions, yeah, I'm just really curious about who they are. Yeah, it's curious. I was curious that she was so eager to help, and I guess we're gonna get into Galadriel, who's the stepbrother. Is that who he is? Yeah,
yeah, or half brother.
half brother. Yeah. Oh, that's right, half brother. Yeah. So at this, I mean, initially when I'm reading it, that's what I'm thinking, and I thought that Elaine is like some Aes Sedai in training or something like that.
Oh, like right up by that. All right. And
Just,
then
yeah.
Nice.
this is a question from Discord. It says, both Rand and Elaine are surprised by Gawain's sudden babbling. What do you think could have caused that?
Oh, is that where he's kind of like dishing the dirt
Yes.
on the gossip of like Camelin?
Yeah.
I think it's I think he's like a chatty Cathy.
Mhm.
So you think that's
He,
just like
he
kinda-
likes he's a gossiper. I think it seems like 'cause I think he's,
But Elaine's
he's really
surprised
eager to
he's
like
talking
just
so
dish the
much.
dirt. I think.
But it seems like Elaine is surprised
really?
by it, right? Like, Elaine's like, what's going on? Why are you acting like that?
Mhm.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't catch that part.
Okay.
I just figured him to be kind of like he's really willing to like just get into the politics, you know, and into all the saucy details.
I think that was when
Okay.
he started going off about the two rivers and how much he knew about the two rivers too,
Oh,
right? So I think he was trying to show off a little bit.
That's right.
Right. Good call. It said Rand stared at him. Elaine was staring too. Gawain looked as much under control as ever, but he was babbling. Why?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was like sharing his knowledge because I guess that's one of his tasks in the kingdom. He's like has to learn all the principal product of all the parts of the realm.
Right. Was he just flexing when he's like, oh, two rivers, tobacco and wool. I know that.
Totally
See,
flexing.
I've been
Yep.
studying.
I know more about two rivers than you do.
Yeah. Well, he also says, well, beforehand. So Rand's like, okay, yeah, your mom's a queen. Whew. I'm just gonna go back over this wall. It's no big deal. Gawain's like, well, all right, you know, first, can you give me your name? That's pretty rude. She just healed you. Rude much? Who are you? He answers, and that's when he says, Randall Thor from the Two Rivers. And he's like, from the west. Oh, yeah, that's super far from the west. Oh, yeah, tobacco and wool. That's, oh, yeah, the realm, blah, blah, blah. And starts talking about all this stuff that he becomes babbly almost, you know. But we do learn that beforehand he says, you sound like an Andorman, but not from Camelin, but you look, who are you? He didn't really finish that sentence at all. What do you think he was getting at there?
Oh, like Gwen? Yeah, he's kind of like putting it together. He's like, wait a minute, you don't. I mean, I'm kind of going off of what I already know happens at the end of the chapter.
Oh, that's fine.
Like,
No, it's fine.
Initially, though, when I was reading it, I was like, I didn't know what was happening with that. Like, I didn't. And I think he was just he was like putting together that like he doesn't really fit the Two Rivers profile. He totally profiled them.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah,
profiled them.
he totally profiled. So here we go. In the chat, we got Gollum with the Two Rivers fanboy. Delusion says he was a big fan of the tobacco.
Hey, who isn't?
And Jake D says he probably smoked a little bit of the tobacco in the garden, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
The way
and,
of the leaves. No.
they weren't just figuratively high. They were like in the tree, like 20 feet high. They're like, I'm high as giraffe's balls right now. Woo!
Moxley,
And they
follows-
literally were.
What an analogy.
I enjoy what they smoke in the
Eyes
waste.
of Georgia pine.
What do they call? What do they call? What do they smoke in the waste? What would?
Ooh, they have the best weed in the waste, man.
Desert dirt. Blah. No, the waste is all meth, man. There's no weed.
There's no
anyway.
weed. There's no green. There's no greenery.
It's just
Yeah, Dean. We're all admitting everything in the chat. This is great.
all right.
Currently,
Okay.
tobacco is being smoked. Guys, we're spreading love.
Yeah. Hey, smoke
the
some
leaf.
wool while you're at it too. We learned that they are Two Rivers people are traditionally stubborn. Even the prince hears about it. Says, "Hey, Elaine should probably marry someone from there to keep her in line, huh, buddy?" Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Weird. Weird. Well, that's pretty much what it was, because he's like, "It'd take your man with a will like stone to keep her from trampled by her." And then Rand stared at her. Why is he babbling that? So yeah, they both thought weird.
This is the way.
Suddenly, someone comes up. The most handsome man in the world comes up and is like, he was tall and slender, but his movements spoke of whipcord strength and a sure confidence. We meet Glad, or
How do you say it?
Galadriel. Oh yeah, go ahead.
How do you say his name?
Galadriel. Damodred. Galadriel Damodred.
Damage red.
And we learned that this is Elaine's half brother, Elaine and Gowan's half brother, and the three shared the same father.
Yes.
Whose name was Tarangale.
Tarangale Damodred. Yep.
Just rolls off the tongue, don't it? So Gowan is, Glad is like, well, hey, I know you like strays. And Gowan's like, I just told him he wasn't a stray. Come on, bro. But Galad is like, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. What would Mother think?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, he's my guest, and he's my best friend. So bleh.
Shoo away. No.
Glad bolts, and she's like, I hate him. Elaine breathed. He is vile and full of envy. What? How can the most handsome guy in the world be jealous of anything? So what are your thoughts about Glad as he comes in and, besides being breathtakingly handsome and so dreamy and whipcord strength, sure confidence, dark of hair and eyes, words closed, only a little. Anyways, go.
Yeah, he's an impressive guy. I mean, I guess he's actually saved Gwen too, apparently.
Twice.
Right.
Twice. And but they always say he's kind of a goody boy. Always does the right thing.
Goody boy.
He does the right thing.
Aren't the Goody Boys planning a protest in Washington on Saturday? Oh.
Probably.
Go on. He always does the right thing.
And yeah, that's all I have to say, really. Yeah, he seems
Right.
like he's probably like an awesome like swordsman and just warrior. And I can't wait to learn more about him.
Give me a prediction of how one of the two ways that he saved Gowan or Gwen. You can do this treat too, as well, if you want.
I have a lot to say, but it's probably spoilery. So
they probably like went outside the city walls or something, and he saved them from something. I don't know. That's a dang good question.
Okay. I wouldn't mind reading that little fanfic of young Galad and Gowan going past the city walls and
Getting into some
something. Getting into trouble. Getting switched at birth because they ate the pig.
Yeah.
Galad was Gowan and Gowan was Galad.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We've solved it.
That's it. That's it. No.
Oh my gosh. My mind is blown.
That's it.
Okay, so Rand is still like, okay, that's bad news. This guy just ran away to go tell your mom that I'm here. I don't want to meet your mom. I'm gonna climb over this wall. And they're like, no, there's a gate. There's some weird gate. I'll just take you to the gate. They start going over to the gate, and Glad just sprints back up with a whole bunch of soldiers.
Pause right there.
Okay.
Pause.
Yep.
Would you? Okay, this is
No.
for everyone. We're getting challenged by delusions of Grendel again. The woman who made me
Delusions.
strip for money.
For money.
Would you be best friends with Galad? And please demonstrate your secret handshakes. This is for all of you. Okay.
I don't know.
Would I be? I'll just go right now. Would I be best friends with Galad? No, but I would have a secret handshake with him because anyone who wants a secret handshake, I think I'm down with. But all right. So what would it be? Okay. All right. Two hands. All right.
Yeah, how do you do this? I don't.
All right, so I go. So we're gonna go this way, this way, this way, this way, behind the back,
Mhm. Mhm.
Is this
lick
a
their
dab?
hand,
Or wait.
and then slap each other in the face. Okay, did you get
So
that? I'll
you
do it one
lick
more
your
time.
hand?
What? Yeah.
You say you lick your hand and then slap him in the face?
All right, here we go. Solo.
Oh, it's beautiful.
We're gonna go this way, that way, this way,
Uh-huh.
that way,
Yeah.
behind the back, lick the palm, slap each other in the face.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Wow.
Dude, it's such a
I got
elaborate
it.
handshake.
Oh.
This is pre-COVID, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, I hope so.
See, I think I would not be his best friend, but I would be a fierce, not adversary, but someone who just lifts him higher. Like one of them, like, I don't know, like the guy who's trying to get the lead role and you're trying to get the lead role. It just makes you do better. So here's how we would, our secret handshake would be just a firm, we would just grip and stare at each other in the eye while we each pee on each other's shoes and assert dominance, but we never leave eye contact.
Holy crap, dude.
And then we walk away.
All right.
Okay.
I mean,
All
Phil,
right.
you don't need it. Okay, it's voluntary, totally voluntary. Do you want to solo ramp?
Well, I don't know if I'd be best friends with Galad. You know, he has some redeeming qualities, but he's also very annoying and would hold me to a way higher standard than I'm comfortable with. And I'm pretty sure that our secret handshake would be more of like some punches and some slaps,
Yes!
Nice.
but not returned. It would just be punching him and slapping him, you know?
Right.
So you could just sit there
We'll
and
end it with fireworks. It'll be great.
So this is the handshake. Hold on. This is. Thanks, Tree. Nice seeing you.
Slap, slap, slap.
Right.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Thanks, Tree. See you soon.
I like it.
That's good.
I threw out the hat. The hat was just a distraction.
These are all great.
Look at those
My
lovely
best,
eyebrows.
my best friend Galad doesn't like the hat, so you know I'm just letting it go.
I'm
You know.
glad. Wish for the hat just because he doesn't like it.
Hey,
Well, I would like
hey,
those eyes.
hey, Tree, long time no see.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to see him. It'll make him not want to spend his time with us.
A kick! Oh wow, that's new.
Hey, I didn't throw a kick in there. That's really aggressive. That's too far.
All right. Ian Harris says, "Tree, does he have a stay for it?"
No,
Just says, "Tree's handshake is a casual assault." Okay.
just a little bit. Very casual.
Oh man.
That's awesome.
Man, my cheeks hurt. Okay. From laughing, not from being hit. So all right, so he shows up with like 20 guards. They're all pointing their spears at him. They all got their pointing their bows and arrows at him. We meet the head of them. He is Tallandvor. Can you pronounce this name for me, Todd?
Tallandvor.
Very nice. That's how I refer to him as well. And it seems that Tallandvor is like the captain of these guards or something, and gets all authoritative. He's like, "Step away from this brigand, my lady."
He's got a sword.
Elaine, and Elaine is like, "No, this is my best friend. We were just hugging, and I'm gonna keep hugging him. What are you gonna do?" No, they step in front. Both he and she and Gowan step in front of Rand in a protective manner. He's like, "Do you dare bear steel to the daughter heir?" And Tallandvor's like, you're not supposed to stand in front of him. What do I do? But he does. He's like, "No, Morges would like to see this person immediately, and you, and your brother, because that's just how they roll, I guess." Yep. So talk to me, Todd. What are your notes as far as like this whole thing before they get into the palace? He does. He's like, no.
Whoops.
Yeah, I like the Tallandvor. You know, you see like the dynamics between Elaine being the daughter heir, and you know he's trying to do his duty, but he's like caught between duty and like but like respecting the daughter heir. I like that. It's a really cool kind of play.
Right. It does seem like there was a little history between them.
Yeah.
Like this is kind of a little battle that they kind of go through.
Yeah. And yeah. I really like the part though when they're walking to see the queen and they see the lush garden, or Rand sees it.
Mm-hmm. And is flabbergasted.
Cool. He's like, "Wait, what? There's green happening?" Like he's kind of taken aback, I guess. And it turns out it's like, the lady is work or something. Or who says that? Wait. Elaine maybe says that? Yeah. That's really interesting.
Right. Like, so let's go one step further. So the next paragraph right after Elaine starts complaining about that. So Gowan says, "Yeah, that's Elida's work." And she says, quote, "It is not right. She asked if I wanted to pick out one farm she could do the same for, while all around it the crop still failed. But it still isn't right for us to have flowers when there are people who do not have enough to eat."
She's conscious. Yeah.
So let's go one step further. If the Aes Sedai put their mind to it, could they just solve famine and world hunger?
Ah, that's right. I didn't think about that. I guess they have to focus their powers elsewhere. I don't know.
Okay.
Could they help me with my tinnitus?
Probably.
The doctors say nothing works. You got to freaking live with it. I think. Could they help me with maybe cure tinnitus for everybody?
I'm sorry.
Yep.
They have better. No. They have more pressing matters.
What did you say? I can't hear you. Go on. Just kidding.
I said I have more pressing matters, Ryan. No.
Hey, we all play music. Todd and I both play drums. Ryan's played bass for a long time. Sometimes you just don't hear stuff as well as you used to. Damage is a real fucking thing.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I'm sorry, say again. So anyways, so they're off to see the queen. the wonderful Queen of Andor. Rand's a little sketch. He's surrounded by soldiers. He's freaked out by this garden. They go into the palace itself, and he notices that there's just like one cat. He's like, "You guys don't have rats? Everyone has rats." And they're like, "Yeah, we never have rats," kind of thing. Gowan, it seems like Gowan is kind of filling him in on stuff. Elaine doesn't want to talk. She's like, "Oh shit, Mom wanted to see us." Okay, this might be bad. So she just wants to talk, but Gowan is like, "Hey, buddy, yeah, we don't have rats. Hey, Elaine doesn't like them. All this stuff." And they are going to see the Queen, not in the Grand Hall. And Gowan says, "I've never heard that Mother commanded anyone's head cut off from here." Like in the main throne room.
It's like, you might be in luck.
So that's promising.
Yeah.
How many heads do you think that they've ordered to be separated from bodies?
Countless. No.
Countless, really? Like this is a daily thing that they... No, for real. No, I mean, what do you think?
It happens, maybe. Especially to someone that's not a Queen's man. Or like...
No, I don't know. That's tough. I can't see it happening very often.
Yeah. But it has happened.
And apparently it's happened in front of her kids. So maybe it's happened even when they weren't there. Maybe it does happen every day. They're just not there. They're just cutting off heads all over.
Maybe it's like a factory. It's like anyway, maybe it's like a McDonald's of assassinations going on.
Over 200 heads. Yeah.
Like 200
not served, severed.
Yeah, 23 million heads severed.
Yeah.
And the kids don't see a thing. No, I'm just kidding.
So they are presented to Queen Morghese, the light illuminator, protector of the realm, defender of the people. Talk to me, Todd. What are your thoughts?
This is a grand moment. I mean, we see, the walls. Rand's like observing, how it's decorated. Of course, Rand's doing that. He's so observant and sees all these like beautiful stone relief carvings, and tapestries, paintings of like our tapestries with bright flowers, like. And then, and then he meets the Queen. She's flanked by the Captain General and someone who's needling.
That looks familiar.
Yeah, here's the tapestries.
Right
Tapestry. Beautiful.
Majestic.
Flower. That's what I was imagining.
I was gonna eat it. They look so lifelike. I eat daisies. I don't know.
Or callback, palatial. Go on.
I just really wanted to practice painting daisies one day.
I love them. I think if you didn't show me the peacock and show me how awesome that was, I'd be like, those daisies are the best thing I've ever seen.
Really? Wow.
And then I see the peacock and I'm like, oh,
Beautiful,
geez, that's the best thing.
That's the best thing. Thank you.
Totally.
So, yeah, we meet Gareth Bryant and we meet a woman who is needling, just knitting.
So, yeah.
Just, yeah. Either that or slowly doing heroin.
Not meth
Probably.
this time.
No, needling. Well, maybe, I guess. Do you? I'm not hip.
No way. Aes Sedai, they do like mushrooms and stuff.
Steroids.
Steroids. Yeah.
Mushrooms and steroids.
Mushrooms and anabolic steroids in a needle every day.
Yep.
Interesting. Those used to
That's
be
the secret.
two. Those used to be two of the V8. Like those were two of the 8 with steroids and methamphetamine.
Dan, I think we need a rap about this.
Yes.
Oh no! About what? About which one?
About
No.
about Aes Sedai on steroids and
Steroids.
Okay. All right. All right. Let me.
What song do you have fired up?
Can you hear that? Can you hear that, Ryan?
Is there a B?
No. Did you add
I
audio?
thought I shared Twisted Bandit. You can't hear that?
Did you push the add audio button?
I thought I did.
I'm adding it. All right, let me do it. Do we have
Can you
audio?
hear it? All right.
No.
No?
No.
All right, we'll
Nope.
fix it over our break.
Yes. All right.
But
Everyone,
yeah,
stay
that's
tuned.
perfect.
There will be a rap battle. Dan and I have the same songs set up, and we will challenge each other in rap offs. You can probably give us some things to rap about, but that'll be next segment. We're moving on. Teaser.
You're a dark friend. Jesus.
Ooh.
I'm
Dark
Batman.
friend Jesus. Dark friend Jesus.
That's
All
the
right.
best word.
I'm Batman.
Let her go. Yep.
Okay, so we
Oh.
meet the queen.
Josh is a big fan of our wrap off or a future wrap off. I think he's saying yes, bring it. He's very excited for us.
He's
Yeah.
super excited.
No,
I
I'm
can
with
see it. I
Josh.
can just see it in his
No.
typing.
So they meet the queen. The queen first kind of talks to Elaine. She's like, climbing trees again, dummy, huh? I told you not to see Logain. Gowan, you got to protect your sister. You can't let her get you into these crazy schemes, mischief, and all this stuff. Gowan's like, as you command, mother. And she's like, we got to make sure that you have lots of things to do on the way to Tarvalon, so you're not going to get distracted because you're so easily distracted and all this stuff. They kind of have this little back and forth, mother-daughter stuff, but also queen princess stuff. Wham.
Yeah.
And then they kind of address the son of Tamalthor.
Tamalthor.
Yeah. We're not even going to use his real name. He's now just the son of Tamalthor.
The son
Son of Dumbledore. Yep. That's fine.
Elaine does stand up. She's like, "Hey, mother, you told me I need to learn about the people. This is my people. He's from the Two Rivers. Did you know that? Did you know that they do wool and tobacco? Huh? I just learned that too. And I'm learning lots of stuff about the Two Rivers from this guy." And she's like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, this isn't the safest way to go about learning about your people. And besides, read a book, dummy. The Two Rivers don't even acknowledge us as their rightful rulers. They haven't
And
seen
they
the
haven't
tax collector in
paid-
years.
They haven't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they haven't
fantastic.
paid tax collections in 6 generations. Yeah. Nor
I
Queensguard
blame
in 7.
Morgase and the staff. I mean, if you didn't let this neglect so long,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
not their
they
fault.
They didn't campaign out there enough. They didn't do enough rallies and campaigning out there.
Well, what campaigning do you have to do if you're a monarchy? It's not campaigning; it's propaganda and advertising.
Oh, that's true. Just bulletins and flyers and
Right. I'm now your queen. Love me like you did that last person who died.
it's like pay me. Okay.
All right, let's do a little summarizing questions. I got it. You sped up, and I need to backtrack a little bit. First off, why is Rand disturbed by the green flowering garden and lack of rats?
He's like blown away that there's greenery in these troubling climactic times or climate, crisis, and yeah, he's just kind of putting two together, I think,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
and then Elaine kind of lets it out that she just feels ashamed about that only she gets those Aes Sedai treatments, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But in typical Rand fashion, he once his head clears up a little bit, he picks up on it real fast, huh?
Of course, yeah.
Boom. Rand, Jedi. All right, so now both Gwyn and Elida are surprised or doubt that Rand is from Andor. Why exactly, and what are your thoughts?
Both Gwen are surprised or dull that Rand is. Oh yeah, Well, it's really, yeah. Gwyn, he's studied all the realm and he knows like what they look like. He profiles. So I think that was a part of it. He just didn't fit the profile.
Okay.
That's all I
What
have to say.
do you think there is a difference in speech between what Elaine and Gwyn are sounding like and what Rand and Matt are sounding like?
That too, yeah. That's a damn good point. Yeah.
So what do you like? They have like a brogue, like a Lauder.
Yeah, there's definitely some dialect. I bet you there's like a dialect, or Two Rivers country bumpkin.
Because they say you sound like you're from Andor, obviously not from Camelin, but you look like okay. Where all right? Where are you from? Kind of thing.
Yeah, they're confused. They're like, wait, what? Yeah. And that's revealed later, of course.
Well, and we're there right now. So Aleda starts talking to him, starts
this is
giving him
great.
the interrogation. She puts down. She's still doing her needling. She's like, "Oh God, ride the horse, baby." No, I mean, no. Here's what she's doing. She's going. You're just hearing this sound. That needle. That's all you hear. It's kind of annoying, but it's kind of relaxing.
I love that.
And I bet you she makes awesome sweaters.
Scene. Yeah.
Sweaters.
She does.
I love
bet she
sweaters.
does. I bet she does.
You guys, it is getting cold, and my puppet could use a nice sweater. So we're going to start our Patreon account soon, and we will be dressing these bad boys up.
12 to 18 months, guys. Keep it in mind.
12 to 18 months. Yes.
Oh, wait,
I think I need a little bit bigger though. I'm a little pudge. I got a dad bod.
I think I think you're just poofy and fluffy and
Yeah,
lovable, right?
Pear-shaped puppet.
So Aleda does start throwing stuff down. Morghese is like, the Two Rivers. We haven't seen. They haven't seen us in 6 generations. You're dumb, Elaine. And Aleda's like, Two Rivers, with those gray eyes and that red hair. That's weird. Two Rivers people are dark of hair and aren't as tall as you. She gets down from her thing. And she mentions his. She pushes back his sleeve. And exposing lighter skin the sun had not reached so often, or such skin. So I guess he's a lot paler than normal Two Rivers people. It sounds like, right?
Totally.
Well, Todd, have you seen any of the casting announcements
I
for the
have
show?
not.
No?
I have not. I've kind of, I saw like one article about it, and I saw the pictures, but I didn't like study them. So
Okay.
yeah.
I was just wondering what your headcanon was for how the characters look and if you thought they were a little bit darker skinned or anything specific.
Yeah, I took like Nenaive and Egwin to be kind of more tanner kind of skin. But I never like really thought about Rand's complexion. Just that he's like tall, super cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Not
Where I got my hair. That's where I got my hair cut for like 8 years with supercuts.
Narg lifting strength, right? He can lift Narg.
Yeah.
Shrimp out.
And he's really into Thatch.
He's into that. And he can pull a bow like no one else.
Right.
Except for Tim Thor.
All right. So which character would Angelina Jolie play?
Ooh. Probably.
Marin.
She would play.
No, sorry.
Morghese.
Marin Albier, that's her name.
Marin.
Yeah, Marin.
I thought Marin.
Creator.
I see Marin as like a big pillowy woman. I just want to.
Really?
I avoid my head. I mean, being honest. I just think
covered in flour with an apron.
You don't trust a skinny honey cake baker.
I guess that's true. I always saw her as more fit, and her husband is bigger. Yeah, you're probably right, though.
No, we're both right, guys. This is the joy of books.
Yeah.
But I do like what
guys, real quick, remember Country Strong.
Yeah, Country Strong is a good phrase. I do like having more gays be Angelina Jolie that you mentioned, Todd. That's not a bad.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
Right,
but she has been like an evil queen in movies too, so you never know with that casting.
I think it would work.
Spoiler.
All right, guys. In the chat, they said that Angelina Jolie would play Bella.
I'm sorry, would play who?
Yes. I was worried because there was a significant lack of Bella in these chapters. I was worried a little bit.
I was ready.
I'm not going to get my Bella. Oh, God. I'm not going to get my Bella.
What am I even doing here?
What I suggest.
Nice.
Awesome.
That was well done, Ryan.
Thank you.
So Elena's got the wicked eye. She's like Kojak or like Quincy. No, hold on. She's like Sherlock Holmes. She's like, look with your red hair and your gray eyes. That's not normal. Your skin is light, and this sword is. And she just touches it, and she's like, and a heron marked blade on a farmer, and everyone's like, "Wait, what the fuck? Whoa!"
Yeah.
All the everyone draws their swords. Even Gawain's like, I'm gonna. You're weird now. I thought I didn't know you had a heron marked blade. That causes quite the stir.
Yeah.
Quite the stir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a great moment. Says those last few words acted on the chamber as if she had announced the Dark One.
So what does that mean to you?
That the heron marked blade is very feared. That only the most badasses of badasses carry them, and that you got to be like on your guard when you see them. And that's why like all the guards in the room are like afraid of them, right? All the like lower guards. They're like, oh my gosh, I didn't think I was going to run into heron marked blade today.
Right. Even Gowan had a worried look on his eye and like his hand on his dagger. And he was like, this is my best friend from like 5 minutes ago. And now I just don't know you anymore. Who are you?
Wait a minute. Yeah.
The captain general captain or
Yep.
Gareth Byron.
Good.
It says something interesting. He says when they say, well, surely he's too young for this blade. And he says, it belongs to him. The queen looked at him and was like, well, how can that be? And he says, quote, I do not know, Morghese. He is too young, yet still it belongs with him and he with it. Look at his eyes. Look how he stands, how the sword fits him and he it. He is too young, but the sword is his.
That moment's so cool. I love that. I wrote that passage down actually. It's like,
oh, okay. So talk to me about that. What does that mean?
it just kind of lines up with, everything that's been happening. I mean, with Tamil Thor's, just the way Rand is, like, he seems to like have this warrior sense about him, and he's always looking everywhere at once, and then it kind of goes back to Tamil Thor's fever dream too, which kind of comes out later, but like, I just love this moment. I was like super giddy. It's like a total like fantasy fanboy like or fan person moment. Like,
One of your original predictions was that Rand has innate like ninja warrior abilities.
Yes. So I was like,
I think Gowan fell in love. He's like, look at his
Totally.
eyes. Look how he stands.
yeah.
How the sword fits him. I'm like, the sword fits him, huh, buddy? What if he was kind of shorter and dumpier? Would he not be his sword anymore?
Yeah, you know what they say: if the sword fits.
Boom.
Then you must have
Yep.
quit.
All right, Dan, we need to hurry up and wrap up this chapter. We are
Oh yeah.
30 minutes left in the show, so
Oh shit!
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Geez, that-
All right, so they talk about Rand. They're like, okay, so what do you want to do with them? Gareth Byron is like, well, I don't know. You guys say he's dangerous. I'd throw him in the cells, and we'll figure it out a little bit later. The dude has a heron marked blade, guys. This is a weapon of mass destruction in our freaking palace. And then Elida busts out with she gets like kind of nutty. She's like, Morgase is like, so what do you think?
Yeah, this
and
is huge right here.
Yeah, do you have it written down?
Yeah, Leda, she's like, the Dark One stirs in Shio Ghul. The shadow lies across the pattern, and the future is balanced on the point of a pin. This one is dangerous. It's like, oh, yes. I love that.
Yes. She goes on. She says, this I foretell and swear under the light that I can say no clearer. From this day, Andor marches towards pain and division. The shadow has yet to darken to its blackest, and I cannot see if the light will come after. Where the world has wept one tear, it will weep thousands. This I foretell. This too I foretell, she goes on. Pain and division come to the whole world, and this man stands at the heart of it. I obey the queen and speak it clearly. Do you got comments on it?
I like how Rand responds to this. He's like, I'm a shepherd.
Like, I'm a shepherd. Yeah.
The Two Rivers. He's like a shepherd. Like,
and Elida does that weird, the wheel weaves as the wheel wills, whatever. I'm right. You're wrong.
Chat says Goblin wants Rand to sheath the sword.
Oof. Well, you don't call me anymore, man. I mean, did I mess up? I'm sorry. We gotta move on. So, do you have any thoughts about this foretelling that Elida has? And a foretelling, I mean, it's in capitals, so it seems like it's something like, are you foretelling? Are you just talking shit, or are you foretelling? And she's like, this I foretell.
Right. This is huge because it aligns with what even Loyal said, that he's TAVERN, he's like a major part of the pattern. So it aligns with what the Ogier is saying, and it aligns with what Moraine's kind of like always getting at. So this is huge.
Yeah. Okay.
It's aligning with everything that's been revealed in the stories so far. It's like major reveal.
So this is something new, though. We haven't had someone like predict the future or give something like a foretelling like this so far.
Right.
Do you think it's that this is going to be a prevalent thing with Aes Sedai or with people in general? And I guess we do have a certain foretelling with men, I suppose. Viewings or gives a little weirdness. What do you think?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, the more Aes Sedai we meet, will probably shine more light. Like that light was being shown on me. But
Good.
Yeah, it's huge. That's all I could say at this point. It's I can't wait to get more Aes Sedai readings on Rand.
Okay.
I can't wait to meet more Aes Sedai, actually. That's what I'm really, really anticipating and kind of eager to get into.
Watch what you wish for it. No, I'm just. Oh, I get.
No.
I was
Yeah,
going to say that too.
There's a lot of knitting.
Yep.
Lots
Lots
of
of-
knitting.
All right, so
Lots
we
of
have
moving.
they ask Gareth Bryan, what do you think? He's like, well, she says he's dangerous. I say we throw him in the cells. Elida kind of wants the same thing. She's like, yeah, let's hold him for a little bit. I may have another foretelling. I just can't figure it out right now. But yeah, let's hold on to him. But Morghese decides differently. She says that, quote, suspicion is smothering Camelin, perhaps all of Andor. Fear and black suspicion. Women denounce their neighbors for dark friends. Men scrawl the dragon's fang on the doors of people they have known for years. I will not become part of it. Elida even tries to intervene and says, hey, Morghese, and she's like, nope. You are free to go. You promised me. You promised me, right? That you just climb the wall as you said, right? He's like, yeah, totally. And you did not mean to hurt my family, right? He's like, yeah, of course. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt anyone. She's like, all right, bye. Bye.
And then
Bye.
Rand did that comic book, that old cartoon style, pew, and there's like a puff of smoke leaving, and he just
Yeah.
all the way. Yeah.
So Talonvord takes him out. Talonvord's a little put out by the whole thing, or at least a little like, huh, that's weird. I thought we were going down the cells, but we're taking you out. Okay, cool.
We're letting you go. Yeah.
Before they left, Elida had asked, so where are you staying? You look like shit, but at least you look like you slept for a day in a bed. And he lied. What did he say? Like the Queen and not the Crown and Lion.
Crown and
He's
Lion.
like, oh, I'm staying at the Crown and Lion, which is like way on the other side of town from the Queen's blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird. What made him just start lying at that point? You know, everything seemed
That's
like
a
it was
great
going
question.
well for him.
He doesn't trust Elida at all. He's like freaked out by Elida.
Yeah, well, rightfully so.
Yeah.
She touched his sword without asking.
You
Ew.
don't do that
I
to
know.
an L4. No.
Only Land can do that to him.
It's okay when Land does that.
because Land's impressed. He's like, hey.
All right. Hey, let's. I recommend that we skip our 10-minute musical break and just jump right into chapter 41. What do you
Oh,
guys?
wait. No, we got to go. There's something really big at the end of the
Yeah,
chapter.
Well, yeah. Let's
So
hear
the
Todd's
ending-
final
yeah.
thoughts by Todd. Go.
So, Gwen, he just drops this. He's like, hey, man, with the shufa around your head, Rand, you kind of look like an ailment. That's like major. And that's,
Right.
I guess that's the red hair and gray eyes kind of thing.
Okay.
And that like blew me away. I was just like, oh my God. That lines up with like Tam's fever dream about him being found in the waste, right?
What do you think a shufa is?
It's like a turban, right? Or a wrap.
Okay.
Oh, I
And he
thought.
has that. He even has it around his head still, right?
Oh, right. He does have that silk wrapping
From
around
the
his
wound. So they're like, oh my God, what?
head. Nice. Okay, cool.
So
So
they're like,
we
dude,
learned that the tradition in Andor is it's custom to escort guests as far as the gate, but not to watch them go.
Yeah.
It is the pleasure of a guest company that should be remembered, not the sadness of parting. And then Gawain gives his, you look just like an ailman, weirdo, punch in the shoulder. Take care. Rand.
and Elaine thinks he's handsome, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And doesn't she like kiss him on the cheek or something?
Oh, I don't
He's
remember.
like, if I had told my mother I think you're handsome, she certainly would have locked you in the cell.
And she's like, and I have a key. I'll be down.
Yeah.
There are a lot of 80s movies that follow that whole line of reasoning that the parents are just going to literally murder you if you go out with the daughter.
Totally.
Where were you? So it pretty much ends with Rand being like, okay, yeah, thanks, that was cool, and just getting the fuck out.
Yeah.
By the time he reached the gates of the new city, he was running. It ends.
Don't blame him.
Any other thoughts on the palace, on the royal kids that we met? Anything before we move on to chapter 41?
I think, yeah, he's just freaked out by Eladia.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, no way. He was even wondering, like, if she would have, like, walked out with him, what she would have done. I think he mentions that. If she wouldn't have stayed with Morgase.
Right.
He is, like, not liking Elada. Sorry.
He's not liking. Speaking of liking, hey, Tree. I mean,
Yes.
L-I-C-H-E-N. I was trying to do a pun. Liking.
Oh, Lycan. Got it.
Clever.
Did you have anything that you wanted to bring up about this chapter before we moved on?
No, I think we're good. We covered everything.
Okay. Well, then we're on chapter 41. Then it's old friends and new threats, and it is that staff with two leaves. It looks like Morgase. Moraine's staff. Rand books it back to the Queen's blessing. He's panting. Oh God, I made it. Oh God, I made it. I hope no one followed me. Okay, I'm okay. He sees that Lamgwin is just hanging out. The two dudes with the white stuff on their belt across the way got beat up. One guy has like a swollen jaw and a black eye or something. But they're still keeping guard over there, it seems. Rand comes in. He's like, "Where's Master Gil?" He's like, "Yeah, he's in the library." He goes inside and tries to tell Master Gil about what happened. He's like, "Jesus Christ! I just met the Queen of Morgase and Elaine and stuff." And Master Gil's like, "Yeah, Gareth Bryan was just doing an arm wrestling contest with Logain in the corner or something like that, or with the White Cloaks." He's like, yeah, that's a good one. And Rand is pissed. He's like, "God damn it! Why isn't anyone believing me?" All glum. Tell me about when he gets to the Queen's blessing. What are your thoughts going on here?
Yeah, I love how Master Gil's like having a little game with Loyal, right? They're playing like stones together. And
what do you think stones are?
It's like some like chess game or something. It sounds like.
It does seem like a strategy game of some sort.
And like it seems like Loyal always wins.
Yeah, or mostly.
And Master Gil's like really bugged by that. And I'm just glad that Rand made it back, to the Queen's blessing.
Yeah.
Like when I started the chapter, I was like, dude, they're gonna hunt him down. I was like, there's no way they let him go like that easily. Like I was just thinking that either Elada like planted something on him or has some other like power more than Moraine to like track him.
Okay.
I was like freaked
sure.
out. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, Elada like has him.
We do, to your point here, Todd, we do actually have where Master Gil responds is like, "Oh shit, you're not lying. You actually did meet Elida, and you got 2 days tops before you got a split, boy."
Yeah, boy, get out. 2 days max. The guards will search every place in the city. And that's the time you got to get out before they.
Right, and that doesn't even take into account any sort of tracking thing. That's just the guards searching every inn by inn by inn, like Gestapo people or something.
Totally.
Um,
Super freaky.
Loyal calls him TAVERN or TAVERN.
You truly are TAVERN. Yeah.
And
Power
says, I want to
brings
travel
itself.
with you.
Oh,
Again.
I love this. Loyal does
Yeah.
not give up.
No. He's like, I know we talked about it, but come on, please, pretty, please. I want to go to TAVERN. You're like the best, please.
And I'm a big old ogier too.
Right, and he's like, and Rand's like, well, come on, you know. He looks over Master Go and he's like, well, you know what's following us and where we might see. And Loyal's like, yeah, dark friends and Trollocs and all kinds of fun stuff. You're TAVERN, and so I want to be a part of it. Plus, I want to go to Tarvalon and see the groves. I hear they're awesome. And Rand actually says yes this time.
That's
He's
right.
like, fine, you know how Matt is. And he's like, yeah, I know. Yeah, Matt doesn't throw shit at me, so I'm fine with him.
He's like, he's cool. I could deal with
He's
him.
fine. He's
I
fine.
can deal with it.
See that woman across the street? She threw a brick at me. Hi, Tree.
Welcome back.
Hey.
So we're talking about a Loyal asking once again to join Rand on his adventure. Rand had already turned him down once.
Yes.
And this time he's like, you know what? Yeah, cool. Yeah, come.
Which is super exciting. I love Loyal so much. He's awesome.
And
More
I love
loyal,
it.
the better.
Yeah, and I want him to just join it too. Like
Mhm.
it's kind of like a fellowship thing, you know.
Yep.
Reminds me of like Lord of the Rings.
But do you think that it is the best idea, though? Based on, so Matt and Rand are trying to bleed into the city. They're trying not to be ostentatious, trying not to advertise themselves. And then they're going to be traveling with someone that every dumb human thinks is a Trolloc. And this isn't the most sneaky way. I mean, going to Camelin, they were hiding in hedges and sleeping in hay. They got a monster now. I mean, hey, they got a monster with them now. Well, a monster that a lot of humans consider a monster.
Totally.
Is it a good idea for Loyal to travel with them?
Yeah, it poses some problems. They can't be incognito. He's huge, and but I'm totally down for it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a spirit. I never thought about the problems before. I just thought, yeah, Loyal. I'm so excited. They'll figure it out. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just.
Well, I mean, just going down the Camelin Road, if you're going down and there's a bunch of wagons or whatnot, that's fine. You're just two dudes walking. One's kind of a surly guy with his thing down to his eyes, and the other one's this red-haired, light-skinned with gray eye looking man who's just walking. Sure, no problem. But then you add this 10-foot dude. You can't hide that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm glad that we got your thoughts on that. So he says, yeah, sure, fine, Loyal. You know what? I'll be glad to have you. You're the best. You're now my best friend. And they hug, and I think they do a secret handshake. Yeah. As opposed to the glad handshake, which is just
Violent.
well, you urinate on each other's shoes.
Loyal would get a much better handshake.
Totally.
So we hear that. So Rand has to leave in about 2 days. Loyal's going to go with him, and someone like a serving person comes in, and is like, "Oh no, I'm sorry." Before that, the white cloaks come in.
Oh yeah.
Suddenly, like all these white cloaks come in, 5 of them, and start threatening Master Gil. Master Gil's like, and they're looking for someone from the Two Rivers, a boy from the Two Rivers who's a dark friend. As he's kind of talking here, he's like getting all mad. Every man here is a good Queen's man. We all salute the flag. We all stand and not. Anyways, They're all,
Are you okay there?
yeah, I just coughed up a biscuit, I think.
Eyebrow ball.
Yeah, that was an eyebrow ball.
So that's how I grew myself. I mean, come on.
I know that's it's in
It
canon.
happens. It happens. Yeah.
There's a threat to put the dragon's fang even on the door. He says, "Yeah, white cloaks hold no writ in Camelin," and starts doing like what my mom used to do.
Oh yeah, the countdown.
1. Well, no. Wait, you're done. 2. And every man kind of stands up and draws their steel, and all the white cloaks just bone out. Which and Master Gil after is like, oh shit, who would have thought that I would have been a hero? Oh god, he's patting his bald head and expected to be all sweaty and stuff.
So Todd, who do you think the white cloaks were actually looking for?
You know, I was thinking, I was like, either Leda sent them. This is like her side thing that she, you know, she's not going to tell Morgasi. And I thought it was like her, but I didn't think about who else it would be. That's a good question.
Yeah, because apparently the white cloaks hate all the Aes Sedai, right? So why would they be working
Why would
together?
Oh, right. They call them Tarvalon witches.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they mean it with love.
Oh, yeah. So they're looking for Perrin, I guess, right? This is like, oh, I didn't think about that. Oh my gosh. Duh.
Dana Lou says, what happens if Gil gets to 5?
Honey cakes for everyone.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. So this is. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Gil himself is like, I've never gotten to 5. I don't know what to do.
He's like, dude,
I once I get to 4, I start going 4.5. 3/5. Yeah. Damn it! Don't call my bluff. They never do.
So he's totally surprised by his own actions, right? He convinced me, and he apparently convinced the whole room to get ready to die with his words. It was really compelling. But then all of a sudden, he sits down like he's never ever had to confront another man in his life.
Yeah, he's taken aback by himself.
Well, and he knows that they're going to come back too. He's like, well, that certainly didn't help things in the long. If we're looking at the long story, this wasn't a helpful thing. I mean, I kicked them out, but they're going to be back. And after that, after what I did, they don't even care if you're going to be around or not. God damn it, I'm going to get that dragon. God damn it, I'm going to get a dragon fang. Anyways.
Master Gil, come down.
God, you know what? I hate replacing the door. It's like, that's a good door. A serving person, Gilda. What is her name?
Gilda,
not Gil. No, just kidding. Gilda comes in, is like, Master Gil, there's someone asking for Master Rand and Master Matt by name. And Rand's like, wait a minute, by name. I bet you it's my friends. And takes off. Gil's like, whoa, hold on, homie. Don't, hey, be cool. We're all Fonzie, right? And he's like, nope, I'm too excited. Runs into the kitchen, and there his friends are all just. I imagine them like, all right. So you ever seen like a photo shoot of like Beverly Hills 90210 when they're all like, or like Friends when like all 6 people are just kind of sitting there like in cool different poses, but they're all looking at the door. That's where they came in. He came in and they were just all like looking photogenic, like an LL Bean cover.
Yep. And Lan, not Lan though. He's like totally disinterested.
So guys, we got the band band's fucking back together, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, we got the band back together. Guys, we got the band back together.
I was so pumped. I was so pumped for this. Like,
oh gosh, everyone, the boys are back.
The boys are back to town.
This is like a half a book.
All right, what is the soundtrack?
If the boys are gonna fight, you better let them.
No, like this is a good moment. What is the soundtrack of this moment? Rand enters the door. You're the director. What is the soundtrack?
oh man, that's a good one.
Dan comes in with the boys are back in town. And like it
Well,
turns
no,
into, like,
you
a
did. I
tiger
just-
montage where they're all just like pushing, like drinking 40s. What?
No. It could be like some hip hop like gangster song, like an NWA song. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Like a Guy Ritchie movie.
Sick. All of a sudden it's like Dope Man. Hey, Mr. Dope Man, you think you're sick? So back to my sister, now she's sick.
If she happens to die because of your
Your
drug, I put it in your culo.
Yeah.
And Land's just like shaking his head. He's like,
Yeah.
Well, I just picture this like Lord of the Rings when at the end when everybody meets up again, everything's slow motion. Lan is off in the corner nodding.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like,
That's the moment, yeah.
Just a little one. He just here he is. He just turns for a second,
Yeah.
nod, turns back.
he's like,
It's like a little smirk. The tiniest
So,
little smirk.
there is vigorous back slapping and attaboys all around, hugs, embarrassed moments. I think
We got
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline, Thug Life,
oh,
Snoop
that's
Dogg,
what yeah. I
Gin
was
and
feeling
Juice.
like a hip hop kind of like rap vibe. Yeah.
Oh, blowing in the mashing wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in mashing wind. The answer is blowing mashing shit. Did I say that? Go on. All right.
all right. So everyone is just yay. Maureen says, "Yeah, I'm gonna stay here," even though Master Gil's like, "Oh, I'm sure you want to go stay with the other Aes Sedai in the palace," and she's like, "No, I'll stay here, but you have 4 cats. You got a problem with rats?" He's like, "Oh yeah, we all got problems with rats. But I keep a good clean place. You understand? But yeah, this isn't. Yeah, we got a bunch of rats." Honesty is a virtue, and Master Gil has it in spades. He doesn't say, "Some rats. I haven't seen a rat in minutes. Have you?" But no, he says, yeah, we got a problem. No big deal. He kind of wants, it doesn't seem like he wants Moraine to really stay there, but is gracious nonetheless, but kind of suggests like 3 or 4 times, yeah, why don't you go to the palace? They got nice, they got cool sheets. They got Egyptian thread.
And they got another Aes Sedai there. So you want to like hang with?
Yeah, they got your best friends up there. And she's like, yeah, I don't really like her. Okay, hold on. Okay, so they're still gonna go off to Tarvalon. They're like blah blah blah. Hey, where's Matt? Matt should be here. And he's like, yeah, Matt's not feeling so great. He's upstairs. Everyone's like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll go upstairs and see. They go into the room. Nynaeve goes in, and Matt isn't really the most accommodating host into his bedroom.
Yep.
So talk to me, Todd. Todd, to me, talk.
Matt has attachment issues.
Well, yeah. But before we get into that, though, yeah.
Okay.
Moraine's like, "Hey, Edmund Fielders, go upstairs. I gotta talk some business." And so they all go up there. And Nynaeve's like she's like really concerned about Matt because he's like, oh, he's not kind of feeling well, I guess. Or Rand's like kind of really playing it down. And but then they go in there. Yeah, he's curled up in a ball. And he says he kind of launches into this like really like this really psychological attack on like Nenaive, right? Because like Nenaive like comes to help him.
Yes.
Yes.
Into it. What do you think of all that?
It was
And
this
read
was
any
like,
favorite passages if you want. Go for it.
well, I guess it starts with like Rand. He's like, how do you know they're really who they look like? It's like, Matt, oh my God. He's like having some serious, like paranoid, delusional moment, possessed by something. And then he launches into Nenaive saying that wisdom isn't supposed to think of herself as a woman, is she? Can't make yourself forget that you're a pretty woman. This is like some very heavy psychological attack. And Nenaive is kind of taken aback. And it's just a freaky moment. Like, I really like feel that Matt is being possessed. You know, his skin is tight. His face is flush. He's slick with sweat. You know, this is nuts, man. This is crazy.
Yeah. So your original prediction was that the dagger was affecting him for a while, right?
Yeah. And this was like, when I was reading this, I was like, oh my gosh. I was either thinking it was the dagger from Shadow Logoth, or I thought Balsamon had taken him. I didn't know at this point, but I was feeling it was the dagger. So.
Yeah.
So it does seem like he has a little insight on them. Like, this is really weird shit that he says. And then he's like, pretty Egwene, he croaked. Pretty as Nynaeve, and you share other things now, don't you? Other dreams. What do you dream about now? And Egwene took a step back. All right, so A, what do you think he's talking about? And B, why? How does he? He hasn't seen these people in a while, and suddenly he's just looking at them and calling them out on their shit.
Right.
Does he have insight?
Yeah, that's why I thought it was, for a second, I thought it was Balsamon. Like, because I don't know, he just has that ability maybe to like really get inside people's head. And
okay.
But I think what he's talking about with Egwene is that she's also sharing in like Aes Sedai power, and I guess Nenaive has it too, and they're having like the same dreams maybe about like wanting to be Aes Sedais. I don't know. That's how I took that part.
Okay.
Because you're thinking it's Balsamon kind of knows their dreams and is communicating through Matt that knowledge, right?
That's what I was kind of like getting. Yeah.
Cool. Real quickly, the chat is saying that these are funny. Matt is playing with his dagger. Don't go in there. Art Anastasio says, does anyone ever knock? Art follows that up with, just a second, I'm coming. I'm not dressed. All right.
I got a curl and a ball to hide.
I know. The innuendo, just, you can't get away from it.
And the first thing he says is pretty Egwene. Ew. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Todd's got a heart out. What's your heart out, Todd?
What's that? No. We got, what time is it? No, we got like 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, we can cruise this. So Moraine comes in. She's like, yeah, the Dark One's eyes won't be honest, and then hisses like she touched something hot or something. She's all, get away! And she like tackles Nynaeve. She like drags Nynaeve across the floor to get her away.
Yep.
She's all, stay away and be quiet. Matt, as soon as Moraine comes up to him and goes to like touch him, Matt like whips out his dagger and tries to stab Moraine. Lan is like, nope, and just holds his wrist.
Like, comes out of nowhere too.
He's
like
just
a warder.
You're just so chill, like nothing happened. Whatever.
1 minute Lan was in the doorway. The next he was at the bedside, as if he had not bothered with the intervening space. His hand caught Matt's wrist, stopping the slash as if it had struck stone. Booyah!
Just like a badass warder.
Mhm.
Yep. Love
Matt's
it.
eyes never left Moraine, and they burned with hate.
Intense.
Moraine's like, I thought I asked if that person had what's his name? Shit. Mordeth.
Mordeth.
I thought I asked if Mordeth gave you anything, and Rand's like, well, no, there was a loophole. He didn't give us anything. Matt just took it. So
He's like, it's a really a point of view kind of thing, Moraine. No. Which is
right.
really
I mean, you. Hey, how's it feel? How's it feel, Moraine, to get an Aes Sedai answer?
Haven't you read the chapter you're in?
That's some post-modern shit right there, dude.
Yeah. So we hear that there are Trollocs in town. There's rumors of strange things in the night outside the city. It could be Trollocs.
Land's got the lowdown.
Yeah. And he said something Riley, Wryly, not like my son Riley. So let's give a toast. That's a Lannerism. They again referred to the Dark One as the Lord of the Grave. That's
an awesome quote, actually.
All right, go for it.
Because, actually, oh man, we forgot about Perrin. Perrin's in there.
Right, you're right. I'm trying. Yeah, so Perrin is not being obvious with his eyes, but his eyes seem to be yellow.
Yeah, he's fleeting. He's kind of fleeting, not looking at Rand. But Perrin, he kind of throws down with Moraine right here.
All right, talk to me.
This is a Perrin moment. He stands up to Moraine, and he's like, "Yeah, we're better. We're all dead. You know, we bring so much pain and destruction on people." But Moraine totally comes back, with this quote. If the Lord of the Grave has gained as much freedom to touch the pattern as I fear, he can reach you dead more easily than alive now. Oh, snap. Moraine
right. And Perrin right after is like, well, he can get us alive too. Yes. So what's the big deal? And she's like, I'll argue with you later.
Yeah, God. Later, boy.
Todd,
yeah.
Did you give the 3 snaps?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So this, what's going on is catching based on the taint of the dagger. It seems you were right, Todd. Well done. The blade trembles. The evil that killed Shadar Logoth is in it, and in Matt too now.
I would like to thank Lord of the Rings for that. Thank you. No. J.R. Tolkien. No. Go on. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. But it seems that she says that there's a battle within him now, and he is almost defeated. Quote, soon, if it does not kill him first, he will spread that evil like a plague wherever he goes. Just as one scratch from that blade is enough to infect and destroy, so soon a few minutes with Matt will be just as deadly. Just hanging out with the guy is brutal. Deadly. And Rand's like, well, I guess I'm immune because he's my buddy. Thank you. And it ends with Moraine saying, all right, everyone bone out. I'll do what I can. I got some mojo and I don't want you to see it. So, bye.
Oh, yeah. She brings out the Angreal.
Yep.
All right. Here's a question from Discord. Can Moraine save Matt from the dagger's effect, or will he follow a darker path?
I hope so.
Which you hope she follows the darker path?
Oh no! I hope she heals him because I want Matt part of the group. I want him back. I kind of miss him.
I took the darker path, and that made all the difference. Robert Frost.
the road less light.
The darker path less traveled.
Light. Yes.
All right. Okay, so here we go. Is it a coincidence that Loyal says Rand stands at the heart of it, just like Aleda foretelling? You say Aleda, correct?
Aleda, yeah.
You say Aleda. I say Aleda. All right, go. What do you think? Coincidence?
Oh no, it lines right
Never.
up.
There are no
It lines-
coincidences.
Yeah, it lines right up with what Loyal says.
Yeah.
And
So, yeah.
And what Moraine is always kind of like, she's kind of hinted at it throughout the book, I think.
All right, so Rand still has some doubts about Moraine. Do you?
Yeah, reading the book and how everybody trash talks Aes Sedai's, like, and meeting Aleda kind of really makes me, question. I still have suspicions. My suspicions about Aes Sedai. I think there's good ones. I think there's bad ones. So I can't wait to find out more about the Aes Sedai hierarchy.
Okay.
And how that lays out.
All right, we have comments. Yes, Marty Beck says we miss Badger Matt. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Our new friend Fier in Tahoe says Matt will whip it out and infect everyone if not kept in check. Yes, and he does whip that bad dagger out. And Pater,
while staring him in the eye.
Pater.
Right. Pater, the shadow friend or shadow pal of Pater, it says always choose a shadow. He has been infecting this chat with gems of evil.
Always.
All right.
Pater didn't want to do it, and that was the first thing he said. He's like, "Hey guys, I don't want to do this, but they're making me." Yeah, go on.
All right. So, did we ask this one about Rand? Do you have doubts still?
Yeah, you did.
All right.
Okay, so
yeah.
Tree, is there anything that you wanted to bring up about this chapter before we kind of
Yes, definitely
moved on to prediction for next time?
Not that I could think of.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Okay. Yeah, no sweat. I do think that it just shows how awesome Rand is that he was dealing with this corruptive source that will turn people evil. It seems like within just spending a few minutes with him. And Rand did, was Matt's buddy and hung out with him and was even sharing rooms with him and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I think that important to note, just because Matt was probably in a bad state, not only just on a personal level, but also on a hard to deal with level.
Yeah.
And we've seen evidence of that, but it seems like the deterioration got worse.
Yeah. Do you think at all it transferred over to Rand at all? Do you see any signs of that?
Yeah, sometimes he gets a little jumpy.
Like the paranoia.
Yeah, he gets angry. Sometimes he lashes out. Like he lashed out at Loyal, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Caught that because Loyal was like, you're TAVERN. You're at the center of it. He's like, no way. He's like totally tired of that. So there's moments where he kind of lashes out. Maybe it did infect him a little bit, but he's just has too much of a power around him. Or he's just too badass to let it possess him fully. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm glad that you met the royal family, and I'm glad that that everyone is all back together. The band's back together.
And this is my second Aes Sedai that I met.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So that was really exciting. Totally.
And she does foretellings.
Yeah, she just lays it down.
And is a badass knitter. All right, so let's.
We don't really know.
Oh, go ahead.
We don't know what good her knitting is. She was just knitting.
You don't do it on a dais.
We don't know.
Like she was
just
sitting next to a throne.
They didn't describe what the thing that was being knit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I was,
True,
I
that
was,
is true.
I was
I want to
attributing.
know. Yeah, I want to
A
know
magical
how well
person
she's-
could probably net well, but you're right. Maybe.
or it's like terrible.
No,
It's
I'm
terrible.
imagining it just being terrible
Just look like a mess.
because it's
She
just
look-
like a facade. She's just like pretending to knit and like is just really like magically like scoping the shit out. And like if anyone really pays attention, it's just pathetic.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, another scarf.
Yeah.
You're like,
Thank
no,
you.
that's a blanket. And it's like,
Thank
okay,
you, ladies.
okay,
No.
cute blanket. All right, let's move on for next week. Next week we are doing 3 chapters. We're doing chapter 42, called A Remembrance of Dreams. It has the 2 ravens giving the side eye to us. Do you have any predictions? Give me one prediction about what Remembrance of Dreams is going to hold for us, Todd.
I think he's gonna have more, just kind of realizations about his dreams that he's having. With Balsamon.
Okay,
Or-
so Bosman's going to feature?
Or possible, like going back to his first dream with Balsamon, where he has like a deja vu about like, recognizing things, and like I think more deja vus are gonna happen.
Okay. Chapter 43 is called Decisions and Apparitions, and it has the this might be the Dragon Fang, actually. It's like the reverse of the whale tier, the big blue bee. It's pointed upwards.
What? The
Like-
big bluebee?
Yeah. Come on.
How do you spell that?
THAT.
Wow.
Any
Nice.
predictions or guesses as far as what decisions and apparitions are going to hold for us?
They're gonna make.
It's
some
not a very
decisions.
large chapter. This is only like 7 pages or so. No more.
They're
than
gonna
that,
make some decisions about like going to Tarvalon or like how to get there. I don't know.
but- okay.
There's gonna be the apparitions part.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Could be-
And finally, we're
Oh.
going to read chapter. Oh, yes.
No, don't worry. Keep going. I had a thought, but it's not really a thought.
Okay. It was more like an idea. So chapter 44 is The Dark Along the Ways. It is a leaf that has cool, like, viney things hanging out. Do you have any predictions about what this is going to entail?
There's gonna be some darkness that they're encountering.
Okay.
Darkness and
Eh, eh.
danger and daggers.
Darkness, dangers, and daggers on mine. Okay.
Triple D.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else that you wanted to bring up with this episode, Todd?
That's about it, man.
Ryan?
I mean, there's some amazing moments.
Mm-hmm.
Just amazing moments, like with Moraine and Matt, that moment. And I love the scene with meeting the Queen, Morgase, and all that. And Rand fitting his sword. Damn it, I have all these like fucking innuendos. I'm sorry.
No, that's great. No, fitting his sword.
Fitting the sword.
Hey.
But no, it's great. It was awesome. I was at the edge of my seat, man, reading these 2 chapters. Just
We did,
so-
we did
Well-
finally meet some new people. We got some
Yeah.
new names. We got some new characters, and the gang's all back together, which is,
Yeah.
that makes me happy every time I think about it.
And Loyal is going to join them, I hope.
And so we didn't even talk about how Moraine was just like stalking him and said, "Oh," and finally she smiled and walked into the Queen's blessing and says, "Tell Mandan Rat that, or Mandan Rat, fucking Rand and Matt that someone wants to see him." She was badass. She hunted him down. We don't have time. God, there was just so much to talk about with these chapters.
Mandan
I also-
Rat. Let's end with Mandan Rat.
Mandan Rat, yeah. God damn. I do that.
Also, I
All right,
can't
Todd.
wait. I can't wait for Moraine to meet Loyal.
Well, yeah. How do you think it's gonna go?
I can't wait for I want to see how Aes Sedai and Ogier get along. That'll be
Oh,
interesting.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any predictions about that meeting?
I don't know. It could be good or bad. I don't know. I can't wait. I have no idea.
Land's going to be like, Trolloc! And just action in his face. Rand's like, no. Land, that's my friend.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right. We're going to say goodbye to our friend Todd.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Todd,
Peace
I
out.
love you more than I can express.
I
Mwah.
wish I could join you guys in Tavern Talk, man.
One day.
I'm jealous.
Oh, but I will send you a video that so Rob from Malkier Talks and I were part of like a little table read that someone had reimagined this chapter 40, where we meet Gawain and Elaine and Gladden and whatnot.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll send that to you, and I'll send you where it starts because there's all show stuff in the beginning, but it starts at like the 40, like minute 41 or something. But I'll send it to you and let you see it.
Very cool.
Yeah, man.
All right, Tree. It was awesome hanging out with you. Good to
Yeah,
meet
you too.
All right, y'all.
Todd,
Have a good night.
get to read, you filthy animal.
Yep.
Love you, Todd.
Right here.
See ya.
Okay. So, yes, like the banner says, we are going to take a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back, and we're just going to have an episode of Tavern Talk where we're just going to talk